Hi, second grade families. I'm Miss Jones. Welcome to Curriculum Night for our 2020 to 2021 school year. A little bit about me. I'm from Waukee. I'm the youngest of four kids, and I have two nieces and one nephew. This is my third year of teaching second grade at Grant Reagan. I graduated from Iowa State with endorsements in English language arts and reading. This year, to help us get to know each other better, every student will have an opportunity to be our Warrior of the Week. We will do it in alphabetical order so that every student has a chance. When it's your child's turn, a schedule will come home with them as well as a poster for them to fill out and send pictures to school. Each day of the week, they'll have a different opportunity. My hopes and dreams for the year. I hope to create an environment in our classroom that all students feel safe, supported, and loved for who they are. I hope to encourage self-control and responsibility through high expectations and holding each student accountable for their actions and choices. I hope your student will try new things and know it's okay to feel challenged. My goal is to empower and honor what each child needs in each moment and have them come as you are. So just like I set my hopes and dreams for the year, we also did this as a class. Snack this year, we'll have a snack time each afternoon after recess. Students need to bring all snacks in original packaging with their ingredient label, with the exception of fresh fruit and veggies. Snacks will not be allowed in our classroom due to allergies if they don't have an ingredients label. So if it's a big bag, feel free to just send the whole bag to school with them and they can keep it in their locker. No products with nuts or made in a facility with nuts are allowed in our room. And no granola bars because most of them were processed in a facility with nuts. Birthday treats. This will look a little different this year. No birthday treats will be allowed. We'll celebrate by bringing your favorite book to read to the class. Our academics. So we follow the workshop model in every content area. Subjects are heavily modeled and practiced through the I do, we do, you do approach. So students' choice plus voice equals motivation. The workshop model, it consists of a whole group mini lesson to start. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. Then small group instruction and independent practice. So the students will rotate through these in all of our content areas. The daily 3 rotations mini lessons will be taught on writing, grammar, reading strategies, and word work during our literacy rotations. While I'm meeting with small reading groups, students will rotate through stations like word work, work on writing, read to self, listen to reading, and a nonfiction reading time. Our reading goals throughout this year. So we hope that students are reading and comprehending at a grade level M by the end of the year. We'll practice word reading skills, reading fluency, story elements, comparing and contrasting information within multiple texts, asking and answering relevant questions, character response, text features, main idea and supporting details, and inferring the meaning of new vocabulary. Our math will look really similar to reading, so each of our classes will be split into 4 parts. Starts with a pre-assessment, 2 to 3 small group lessons, and then independent work time. Just like reading, students will work on activities that correlate to the skills taught in the whole and small group lessons. They can also work in their math journals or math by myself. And last, they'll play games that reinforce the skills taught in small group and computation skills. Our math goals this year are to fluently add and subtract within 20, multiplication, place value within 1,000, multiple addition and subtraction within 1,000, solving word problems involving money, telling and writing time, create and analyze data and graphs, shape attributes, fractions, and measurement. To help your child practice at home, one of the most important things you can do is practicing math facts. That includes addition problems with sums up to 20 and subtraction within 0 to 20. To be considered fluent, it means knowing your facts within 3 to 5 seconds without having to count on your fingers. Our science standards. So we will focus this year on life cycles and habitats, human environments, properties of materials, motion and force, water on Earth, natural events on Earth, and our inquiry will include research, encourage curiosity, and student-led investigations. Our social studies standards, so varying worldviews, responses to events, concepts of culture, varying ways of life, capitalism, goods and services, regions on a map, government, and the U.S. Constitution. Homework this year. So there won't be a lot, but here are some suggestions of what you can work on at home with your kids. So in math on Friday, you're going to get a everyday math homework workbook, and you can follow along with the newsletter to continue to support your child's learning at home. So each week in your newsletter, you'll have pages in the home link that you can complete if you would like. Reading, we'll have our monthly reading challenges, and along with that, your child is encouraged to read 20 minutes nightly and then log it in the reading challenge. Those reading challenges will come home on the first of every month and then be sent back on the last day of the month. Word studies coming soon, but it will include differentiated for individual success, and some options would be spelling patterns or the district K2 sight word lists. I know that it's a lot to do 20 minutes of reading every night, but here's why it's so important. Student A, who read 20 minutes each day, will read 3,600 minutes in a school year. Okay, and they read 1,800,000 words. Student B read 5 minutes each day. They read 900 minutes in the school year, 282,000 words. Student C reads about 1 minute each day. They read 180 minutes in a school year and only 8,000 words. So that's why it's important to make sure that you are reading the 20 minutes each day at home. While we know it can be hard to fit in the 20 minutes of reading, it's really important. So finding those times that you can read in the edges, whether that's on your way to a sporting event or dance class or on your way home from school on the bus, but training your kids to bring their book along and find time to read in the edges is really important. Teaching children the simple habit of carrying a book with them for reading emergencies helps them capitalize on the edge time in their days. Our district assessments that we'll be using this year, so we will be benchmarking. Our goal is for students to show a year's worth of growth and continued development of fluency and comprehension within texts. Along with our reading benchmark, we'll have a FAST test, which is mandated by the state of Iowa to happen in the fall, winter, and spring. FAST is a computerized assessment given 3 times per year. Classroom assessments will happen daily. It's happening continuously in the classroom for each subject area. Daily assignment assessments allow me to see areas of strengths and weaknesses and allows me to give students what they need on a daily basis. Communication, we will have a take-home folder that will come home every Friday with your students' mail. Along with that, you'll get a Friday binder each week. We'll start those this week. Please write back to your student, even if it's only a few sentences. They will write you a letter explaining things that they did this week and important events that they feel proud of. So make sure that you are responding to those letters and sending them back every Monday. Binders will go home on Friday and need to be returned by the first school day of the following week. We'll also have our Facebook group. If you have not yet joined that, make sure you do so that you can keep up with everything we're doing. And students will be posting to Seesaw. We also have a weekly newsletter that comes home or that is sent to you electronically. And if you email me, I'll always respond within 24 hours. Most likely it'll be sooner. Our behavior program at Grant Reagan is Responsive Classroom. So what is Responsive Classroom? It's an evidence-based approach to teaching and learning. It's geared towards students from kindergarten through 8th grade, and it focuses on the strong link between academic success and social emotional skills. The 4 areas of responsive classroom are engaging academics, positive community, developmentally responsive teaching, and effective management. The essential practices are morning meeting, creating our hopes and dreams, class rules, and our cares. So that is our school-wide rules. It includes cooperation, assertion, responsibility, empathy, and self-control. Our goals of morning meeting are to create a community, teach the skills of friendliness, model and practice through it, model and practice through daily ritual and social skills children need to use all day, cooperation, assertion, responsibility, empathy, and self-control. The 4 components of our morning meeting. So we start with the message to help children make the transition to the rest of the day, make connections, reflect, and engage. Then we move into our greeting. This helps provide a sense of recognition and belonging. The next part is sharing. It helps children know others and be known, and communication skills. And then we end with an activity, which is an opportunity to teach cares and practice in an authentic, fun way. Part of our responsive classroom is how to respond to misbehavior. So, logical consequences. Discipline is an essential part of classroom life and the foundation for a caring, supportive community. It begins with our own clear vision of what we want for children we teach, our hopes and dreams, and is grounded in a deep belief in children's positive intentions, their intrinsic motivation to do well, belong, and contribute, and engage in a meaningful learning and growth. At the same time, we know that children are not born with the skills to put their positive intentions into action, just as it is our job to help children master the skills of reading and math. It is also our job to help them learn the skills of discipline, skills that will help them grow as individuals and as contributors to their community. Our discipline will be proactive and reactive. Proactively, we'll work with children to create, teach, and practice the classroom and school-wide rules. Reactively, we'll use logical consequences and help children regain control, make amends, and get back on track when they forget or choose not to take care of themselves or each other. Our proactive intervention includes apology of action, loss of privilege that can be regained through readiness, and take a break. Students will create our break spot. It's a place where students can regain control before total loss of control takes place. They'll learn coping strategies and develop independence and self-regulation. To help with their self-regulation, we'll be using the zones of regulation, which helps them to figure out the emotions that they're feeling. So we have our green zone, which would be ready to learn, happy, focused, and calm. The blue zone, maybe you're feeling tired that day, but you can still function through it and make it through the day. Yellow zone, we're starting to lose some control, might be time to take a break. And if you've made it to the red zone, you are completely out of control and should be in a break. Taking a break is really important. It's a strategy used in all classrooms at Grant Reagan. It's a non-punitive method that allows students the chance to regain self-control and then be welcomed back into the group. Students can be sent or send themselves. A break is needed when children frequently give signals when they're about to lose control. If they're fidgeting, making negative remarks, picking and poking, or whispering to a friend while a classmate is speaking. Take a break is used when these signs are first noticed rather than waiting until the small disturbances have escalated to major disruptions. Take a break preserves the child's relationships with their classmates. It's important to not only have one at school, but to also have one at home. So you can have 1 or 2 specific places where your student can go to regain self-control. Let your child create or make the break spot in your home because ownership creates value. Keep your directions brief and use a calm voice. For example, Carter, take a break. Come back when you're ready to rinse your bowl.